All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market today. This is gold. Now, yesterday it was good. Yesterday, if you entered, you would have entered around here to go up. And if you sold, selling here was the way to go as well. Now, today, I've already posted the Astro Hours. This Astro Hour, I was just posting and this was happening as I posted it, right? Because I do the Astro Hours on the weekend. So when I opened up my page and I saw what was happening here, I just dived in. So unfortunately, I couldn't give you that hour beforehand, which was already like 7:20 a.m. my time. But the next hours are going to be 10:15 my time, which is 9:15 on the platform. And the other one is going to be here 10:30, which is 9:30 on the platform. Now, what you've got to be doing today is you've got to be extra careful because New York session is going to be a bit of a drama. And this session as well here, the London session, is going to be also a little weird. Okay, from 10:15, I've got 10:15 to 10:30, right? This little zone here. And then I've got hours, which are going to be interesting because that's just bear with me. Yeah, this is 10:15, 10:30. Then I've got 11:15, 11:30, which is that on the platform, which should take us to 12:40, which is 11:40 here, right? So the market can do this. It could go somewhere, like it could go up there, come into 1040, and then keep pushing up. If that's the case, great. Okay, go in on the retracement. Once it retraces, okay, if it does that, which it looks like it seems to me that's what's going to be like. So those are like intraday swings, the 10:15 to 10:30 and coming into the 12:40. And then that should take us into 3 o'clock, which is 2 o'clock here on the platform. And we might get a turn at 4:15, which is 3:15 here. So these hours are going to be important as well. But you must be careful in New York. All right. The New York session is looking tricky and it could get like this, like yesterday. Like, it could be pretty chop. All right. So be careful. And then this should take us to 10 past 9, which is 10 past 8 on the platform, my time, and to 10:45, which is 9:45 my time. All right. But I'm expecting the market to get back into the direction of the flow. So remember, gold is going nicely up. So when it came back down today, going up is good. We've got room to go up. Now I've got 1032 here because 60 is 2039. And I've got 2033 at 57, which are the last two targets. So it's either going to go there, or there, which is 2050. So what are we going to do? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to mark it according to the hour, right? So we want to exit the trade at target, or if it keeps pushing up, okay, well, you can wait for the Astro hour as well. But if it comes here and then starts to dribble down, you can get out there and make a re-entry going up again. Okay, but it keeps pushing up. That's also a possibility. Okay, so just be mindful because, like I said, today is a tricky day, but I think it's a good day to trade. Okay, I think we're going to get some nice pushes, which is exactly why, as you can see, I've just like got in there. Okay, I'm just going to turn it into a 15-minute chart, and that's it. So this week has been like really good, really good. No losses at all in trades. So you can just keep pushing this up, and you can also put 2050 on the cards there as well. Let me just get rid of this Fibonacci here. So that's from the past, and that's it. I can also delete these so we don't get confused with the history. And that's basically it for gold. All right. So I think we've got room to go up there all the way into 2050. Match it to your Astra hours and then, manage the trade with the Astra hours. That's what I would do because it's got room to go. Okay. And you could also re-enter if that's the case, but use proper money management because like I said, New York is going to be tricky. And I've marked in this purple zone before because it's a PST zone. Okay. So if I just move this up a little bit and just take it all the way in there and that and that is there as well. Okay, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now here's the euro dollar. That's a nice push up. So it's breaking out, which is nice. On the weekly, we've got there room to go. Remember last week, we were bullish on this one from the lows. It went perfectly well. And getting in the euro dollar, I talked about getting in on the euro dollar here the other day. And as you can see, that was Tuesday and now we're on Thursday. So it all went honky-dory. If you've been following this, you would have been okay as well. So there's still room to possibly go up there. If you take a look at the weekly, this is an important level, 50.94. So don't buy here, obviously. Okay. But if we get a retracement back, you can go in at those hours that I talked about. For example, like I said, either at 10:15. It's going to be 9:15 here. So if it retraces back into this zone or into, like I said, let's bring this into that 12:40. If you want to be more pedantic, wait for the 12:40, which is 11:40 here on the platform, or that. All right. So if it comes back down here, yes, do go long. If it comes back down here, yes, do go long. If it goes up there, we're going to have a PST breakout. Do not sell and stand in front of it because it's obviously breaking a PST level and it's got room to go up. Okay, so don't stand there and sell in front of it. Wait for a retracement. Let's take a look at SP 500. SP 500, I think it was a good week to trade. Tuesday was a swing day on this one, you'll recall. So I took that opportunity. I actually got stopped out on one trade, but I made up for it and profited with the other. So that was all good. If you take a look at your swing days with Dow Jones, we had Wednesday as well. So, Tuesday and Wednesday were the days where, I was expecting the swing days. Remember with the indices, we go with, we look at all the indices swing days, and that's a nice breakout there. So the market pushing up. So this worked out really well for me. It was a bit dangerous yesterday, but remember, Tuesday swing low, Wednesday swing low. These were like, good to trade. If you went in, you would have been okay. So buying the lows was okay. And even if you got stopped out, because yesterday it was a bit nerve-wracking in the US, it really was. But I did say this is the target. I said we're either going to hang around here or it's going to be a target. We're going to push there. And the market just pushed into that direction, into that Astra hour there. So it was a bit tricky. And you can see they took out a lot of stops. They just kept punishing the market, really, really punished it and then banged it up. But these levels, remember, I said these were the levels we should be looking for in order to sell off. And now the market is up here at an Astro hour, okay, 622 on the platform, which is right there. Okay, so now the market can come down a little bit. Now we're like right above the PST level here. The market is still going up, so we went with the trend, no dramas, as you can see right there on the weekly. So this zone was like pretty good, and the market went back up again. But you can see that 76, 5,051 is on the cards, and that 5,051, I'm going to get rid of this. 5,051 is still on the cards. If it gets there, it could be a sell. So you need to watch out for that one. Okay. So if it does come back down, where to get in, as you can see, the only place really to get in is going to be the daily pivot and the weekly pivot zone there if you want to be a buyer. If you want to be a seller, then you're going to have to wait for these zones. I can now delete these. As you can see, they make really good targets. Our targeting is really good. Look at that. Beautiful, right on the target and the price together. So like I said, a little tricky yesterday here. And it's a good thing I opened actually two positions, one to cover the trade because the other one then got knocked out. But it still ended up with a nice profit, so I can't really complain because the stop losses are tight, so can't really complain. So be mindful, we got room to go up. Don't go against the grain. Let it come back down either into the opening or down here weekly, daily, and then go along with the Astro. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. Rightio, here is NASDAQ. And that's NASDAQ for you, right? So we had these levels that the market can come down into that zone and that zone. So it's done that nicely and just shot up. Now, I didn't have this level yesterday, 945. Okay, there was no 945 in my book on Wednesday. All right. Sorry, I did have 9. I said 952. All right, that's 852 on the platform. Sorry, there. All right, so that was, I had this hour yesterday, 852 on the platform, which is 950. And you can see, that was okay to buy. But if you put a tight stop loss there, you would have been stopped out. But that's certainly the place market went up. Now, you can also do this with this one. Sometimes I also do it like I did it with the euro dollar. You don't have to dive in. You can just wait for the breakout and then buy on the pullback with a tight stop loss under the low. Okay, you could also do that as well. That's how I entered the euro dollar trade this week after the breakout. Now here, as you can see, the market hasn't closed below that level. It's really interesting. I'm just going to get rid of that so you can see what's going on here. As you can see, the market has not closed below that. Okay, they're just operating above it. They're operating above it and so on. So it's all, pretty cool. But this zone is a resistance zone. However, though, on the weekly, we've got 71, 72, which is 18,000 and 17,854. Now, we could be going into there this week, okay, today or tomorrow, because if you take a look at your swing days, we got Friday for Dow Jones, and SP 500 is a possible Friday as well. So we could be heading up to a top level on Friday, which is fine. So if the market does come back down with the indices into a decent spot, like the opening or the daily, or around there at Astro hours, going up might be the option. But like I said, be careful, because this US session is going to be really tricky as well. I mean, we might get some whipsaws like this because there's no clear-cut clue as to what's going on. All right, in the sky I'm talking about. Now, this is Dow Jones. This tells you can go long. Okay, so any pullback into an Astro hour on the Dow Jones, let's get rid of these. You can definitely go long, just like I said with the others as well. So if it dips down, go long with it. And that's the way it is. The goodbye kiss for that one is going to be 55. So testing around 38,595. 38,595 is also okay. Let's put that 595 is there. Okay. So the low of Asia at an Astro hour, you can go long. You can go long around here as well. There's a bit of a gap here as well, as you can see. The market, as you can see, just yesterday it was a bit painful because it was just going up and down and up and down and up and down. And if you were watching the small time frame, you would have been going nuts. And then finally it just exploded, okay, which is good. So now also this is a resistance, but we're already above that. So the pullback to go up on the intraday on the Dow Jones, I think, is also okay. Bitcoin, we're still in that zone. Okay, as you can see, that's the weekly. on the daily, we're still in that zone. So from around here, yesterday I also said from the highs you can sell, and if you did that, you should have been okay. Okay, so that's the high there. So it did that target. I also said you could buy around here because it should get into here, and this is the first zone to go long, and that's what the market did. If it breaks below that, you know we've got room to come down, but around here I think it's still sell zone. Okay, so be mindful. The market might go up a little bit and then sell off again on Bitcoin. Okay, that zone is the monthly gap. Maybe it'll touch there and then fall off. I don't know. But at the end of the day, that's how it is. If you want to buy, then obviously the lower end of the spectrum is where you want to buy. If you want to sell, you must sell on the higher end of the market.